je je voorstellen. Nou, we zijn er nu.
Zo wel spijt.
De handdruk geven.
Yes. Jokes in the show. Lift it nice and high, lift it nice and high, lift it nice and high. Paul. Jamie. Just put it like that, Jamie, mate. Jamie, when I like this, do what the hell you like. I don't really care anymore. You from Paul, right hand only when I say now you throw it like this, to here, not to here. No, like this. None of that business, mate. What are you doing? You're gonna die. Don't do anything, Jamie. Throw it now, Paul. Normally gets a round of applause, Paul, but not today, mate, not today. Jamie, hold it straight. Jamie, you are right-handed. Hold it straight. Jamie, turn and face me. Jamie, throw now. I'm not a hobbit, Jamie. Stop showing off, mate. Put it in your throwing hand. Arrogance, arrogance. Paul, throw it now. Pick up the two white ones.
Wow, man, you're the best.
Oh, almost sincere. I'll then point to Jamie, and when I the air, everyone count backwards from 3.
3, 2, 1.
Even wearing the blindfold, that was clearly not everyone.
3, 2, 1.
Guys, you've been superb. This is my finale, this is my job. Please go into your week knowing you are loved and adored. God bless each and every one of you. It won't last very long, but very, very quickly. Yes! It never worked before!
Tonight, all you want via text, no response. Are you still up? Still thinking of us? Can we make up? It's so hard to forget all the bad things that went on between us. Those times were better. We know we were better. I know that we have us, but all I want is you. Hanging on your front porch, arguing about who loved who more. Let's take it back to you and I. I'm your scarlet letter, only one who knew you better. So let's take it back to you and I. Back to you and I.
I've been out looking at places for some love, but everywhere I look, it points me back to you. Don't you say we got too crazy? A little mischief makes fun. You told me I was your favorite book. Was it true? Those good old days are worth looking back. There's one thing on my mind. In those times you call me baby, in those hours you said you loved me. Was it all fake love? 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 Remember those eyes, they spark like the stars. Look into them and they spell out a different girl. Baby, tell me, was it all real? Or tell me, in those times you call me baby, in those hours you said you loved me, was it all fake love? Was it all fake love? I will give you a chance to explain, or maybe tell me you're sorry now, even if things will never be the same. I will give you every hour on the clock, and tell me every reason, babe. I showed you my heart, but you only gave me fake love. You only gave me fake love. Those times you call me baby, those hours you said you loved me, those times you call me baby, those hours you said you loved me, was it all fake love? Was it all fake love? Hannah is the one you cherish, Hannah is the one you love, and Hannah is the one you dream of, and Hannah is the one you chase, Hannah is the one you waste all your time thinking of. What about me? 'Cause you look at me with big brown eyes, smile at me like I'm your sunrise. Remember things at the perfect times, see through me, make sure I'm fine. You say sweet dreams almost every night, call my name and it feels right. Laugh and say that you missed mine, pull me close and hold me tight.
look at me with big brown eyes, smile at me like I'm your sunrise. Remember things at the perfect time, see through me, make sure I'm fine. Say sweet dreams almost every night, call my name and it feels right. Laugh and say that you miss mine, pull me close and hold me tight. You hold me tight, yeah. 'Cause you look at me with those big brown eyes, smile at me like I'm your sunrise. Am I your sunrise?
Is it safe to drink? Oh, it's safe. It's tested every week. It's just.
Too bold to fade out, you will see my face amongst the crowd, shining through, see it from a point of view. You're not saying a word, but you speak volumes in the way you look at me, like it hurts to breathe.
Right, it's gone through.
Don't hold me down. Don't hold me down.
I already know better. 24K got nothing on me. Make you want it forever. Try to play a game, but you don't play for keeps. Messing with a girl from the east side, yeah. Kinda love you, wanna build your dreams on, yeah. But I already know better. I'm a go-getter and I got me, I'm good. I'm head over shoes on hardwood. For me, you know I wrote the... Chasing a ghost who don't try. I'm top of the shelf, but you helped yourself to somebody else. It's too late. Don't really care about all of your mistakes. You were out of your league in the first place. Not even surprised that you let me down, down, down. I gave you too much, honestly, and you closed the door. Now you're calling me, but I don't need you anymore. Yeah, I already know better. 24K got nothing on me. Make you want it forever. Tryna play a game, but you don't play for keeps. Messing with a girl from the east side, yeah. Kinda love you, wanna build your dreams on, yeah. But I already know better. I'm a go-getter and I got me.
Deny all you want via text, no response. Are you still up? Still thinking of us? Can we make up? It's so hard to forget.